Good evening and welcome to WUKY 91.3, where NPR rocks. The third annual Public Radio Music Day, a celebration of the independent spirit of the artist connecting through stations, bringing their songs to listeners. It's a kind of a homegrown, organic process that gives the music freedom. And we are celebrating tonight this special event with Kentucky singer-songwriter Justin Wells. I'm Joe Conkright, afternoon host of Rockin' Roots on 91.3 WUKY. Tonight's event is brought to you in part by the support of Bank of the Bluegrass and Trust Company, celebrating 50 years of service to the Lexington community as your locally owned and independent bank, member FDIC, and Kentucky Eagle. And of course, 91.3 WUKY. There's stations across the country. At the last reported over 80 stations nationwide that are participating in this celebration, presenting concerts and special events. And we are so glad to have you, whether you are streaming online, watching us on our YouTube it's live at WUKY, or you can also see the event if you want to go and check out the Public Radio Music Day website. There is a link to this as well. It's publicradiomusicday.org. Let me welcome our guest for the evening, Justin Wells. Justin, welcome back to WUKY. Now, you haven't been here to these new studios, but I understand you've been wanting to come here for a while.
These are some digs.
They truly are.
Showers.
Yes.
This is my third wardrobe change.
Well, this is the third Public Radio Music Day. The very first one happened in 2020. And it was right at the beginning of the pandemic, and of course everything fell through. We weren't able to make the event happen. But you did have an album that came out in 2020. Perfect time to put out an album, right?
Great. So well received. The tour support, yeah, we couldn't have done better.
It could have done better. The album we're talking about is called The United State. It's your second solo album. We're going to talk a little bit more about the album itself as we get in through this broadcast. We're going to deliver these great songs to you courtesy of Justin Wells. You have your guitar ready, and we do want to hear this music. What are we going to hear this evening? What do you got for us?
I think just with that intro, Joe, we'll do Walls Fall Down off that record. We shot a little music video on an iPhone 11 in front of these shut down venues during the time. You know, it's socially distanced, there was no one there. Kind of like how touring can start off if you're an independent musician. So we just went to these kind of beloved venues that I've developed relationships with and love playing, and did a little, I called it the No Tour. We made no money and played for no one. So we'll open with that song, right? That feels apropos.
That sounds very good. Justin Wells on 91.3 WUKY.
Our life said it was a surprise to see you turn out this way. There's lightning in your eyes and a shotgun and a smile on your face. Blessings are all counted and the harvest is bound to get us through. And if I see the other side, there will be no rest until I find when the walls fall down, when the last step hits the ground, let them all go and gather round, let the walls fall down. I look back if I care to see the younger me there at the first. Some foolish mannish boy with a barely managed floor to beat the words. And there you are, my friend, you got my heart in your hand and time to kill. You know I'd do it all again, another chance, and I'd stand beside you still. When the walls fall down, when the last step hits the ground, let them all go and gather round, let the walls fall
sunshine blinding my view, and I can barely see ahead. There's a little more I've got left to lose. With your hand in mine, we laughed the joke of time right in his face. Lord, for a minute there, it felt like we lived forever in this place. When the walls fall down, when the last step hits the ground, let them all go and gather round. Let the walls fall down, and I stand beside you still. Woman, I stand beside you still. 'Cause when the walls fall down, when the last step hits the ground, let them all go and gather round. Let the walls fall down. When the walls fall down, when the last step hits the ground, let them all go and gather round. Let the walls fall down. Give me one last look around. Let the walls fall down.
This is Keith Dada Paul's going for the B string. He's really struggling, but hanging in there. No quit in the B string. Well, it's good to be with you, WUKY. Thanks for playing my songs these many years. I can't pretend to be any younger than I am because y'all been supporting me a long time. Which is great because that degree I got from the University of Kentucky has cost me a pretty penny, so I just will call it even. Y'all keep spending it.
Yeah.
And we'll call it good. I've been doing it long enough that one of the first lessons you learn is never let them hear you tune, and yet here we are.
You tune because you care.
You know what I mean? Like it's certainly if anybody's got any issue with the tuning, it is we'll get your money back at the door. Free show, people at home. What I always like to do too is just blame that Kentucky weather, but then I'm not in Kentucky, and it's real weird to be in Limestone, Maine, blaming the Kentucky weather. Just need one more joke, and I should be in tune. What I'd like to do, and not to start us off with any sort of sadness, but my pal Marty Charters passed away overnight. And I met Marty making my first solo record. Marty was making what became the first Jocelyn and Sweet Compression record. And Jocelyn sang on this song, and I think I'll just play it now. I wake up 4 in the morning with a whole new set of scars and a ring. Picture you. My tears have made secret. I've got heartache, and I know what it means. I've got heartache, and I know what it means. It's another night lonely in this house, sure ain't helping. My only friend is the wind. I drink you here with me if I just had one memory. I've got heartache, I know how it ends. I've got heartache, I know how
Will your hand be in mine? Will the man put an end to this hell I've been in all this time? Well, you know my name. Lord, is it ever gonna be the same? It's the flame that's long burned away. It's a lonely road. I'm sure there's a good ending to this time I've been spending with a whole lot of pain on my mind. Some beautiful place where the best of us stay. But I got heartache instead of goodbyes. I've got heartache instead of goodbyes. Oh, when I cross the line, will your hand be mine? Will the man put an end to this hell I've been in all this time? Oh, you know my name. Lord, is it ever gonna be the same? It's the flame that's long burned away. It's a lonely road. It's the flame that's long burned away. It's a lonely road. Yeah, to Marty. I'm gonna tune some more because Marty would have something to say about that tuning. This is a lovely complex that y'all have out here. This is where we'll go when the zombies come. We found you. Isn't this a live broadcast even?
It is.
Oh man, I'm gonna have so many texts. It was the D string all along, Justin. What's wrong? Let your hair down a little more. Let it all fall to the floor. Let the whole damn place know your name. Leave it worse than it was before. Be gone when they hit the door. A young man's game is a fool's game. I like to lie and tell you it gets better. We don't all fall apart sometime. That there's glory there waiting. Some fool to come and take it, and boy, you should play the fool every time. I'd like to lie and tell you it gets better. No time for a broken heart till it's yours and you fall apart. Loving hard is the hardest hill to climb. No time for lessons here, boys. You walk with blessings, dear boys. Enjoy it all and fade off down the line. I'd like to lie and tell you it gets better. We don't all fall apart sometime. That there's glory there waiting. Some fool to come and take it, boy. You should play the fool every time. I'd like to lie and tell you it gets better. Let your hair down a little more. Let it all fall to the floor. Let the whole damn place know your name. Leave it worse than it was before. Be gone when they hit the door. Young man's gamble is a fool's game. I'd like to lie and tell you it gets better. We don't all fall apart sometime. That there's glory there waiting. Some fool to come and take it, boy. You should play the fool every time. I'd like to lie and tell you it gets better. That we don't all fall apart sometime. That there's glory there waiting. Some fool to come and take it, and boy, you should play the fool every time. I'd like to lie and tell you it gets better.
If you're not present or you're not seeing this on some sort of video, I need you to understand the importance of this purple solo cup that they have procured for me. I'm a fan of the color purple. I don't think it's in the contract. And yet here it is. But to the people that showed up, they can see this purple solo cup. This is significant to nothing other than I like the color. Tip your bartender, I suppose. This is the height of intimacy. I feel like I can hear y'all shuffling at home where the waves are getting to you.
There's 4 more breaths I know, 4 more heartbeats to go. Just 1 more comfort, then I'll let go. You're the most beautiful sight I've never seen. This short life so far has been like a dream, till an alien play against the scene. Lights on me, no apology. I hear the screaming song till the meaning's gone. And it won't be the last time I'm on my voice echoes down through my bones, till the silence won't leave me alone. What big damned old world did I land on? It's the great unknown. But where have you gone? I hear the screaming song till the meaning's gone, and it won't be the last time I'm on my own. No, it won't be the last time I'm on my own. I sing the screaming song till the meaning's gone, and it won't be the last time I'm on my own. No, it won't be the last time I'm on my own. No, it won't be the last time I'm on my own.
So yeah, a couple of these songs, as mentioned, are on my record in the United States. We released it August 2020. Historically, the best month to ever release music. But what I don't talk about often, because it's not as funny, is we did that by choice. You know, we kind of made that decision. We didn't know how long things were going to be the way they were the couple years that shan't be named. But we made the choice because I wrote the record as my own little just refusal to play the game of picking sides on everything from what flavor of ice cream to people's lives. I just refused, and I was really thinking about, I've always felt like this kind of redheaded stepchild in the country or roots genre or whatever you want to call it, because I am an outsider. You know, I was a rock and roll kid. And the common thread of all that, to me, it's always about struggle, be it blues, be it country, it's always the human experience. It's you know, a lot of heartbreak, sometimes love, sometimes what we think is love. Being more just finding a good lover for the first time, and death, and all these kind of heavy, sometimes lofty, but often heavy themes. And what I wanted to do was just treat that whole experience as a concept. Concept's not quite, I try to avoid that word because concept albums being what they are, it's a little self-serving. I just wanted to be the opposite of self-serving. I wanted to kind of think about the things that we all go through. And, you know, I don't know. There's a lot more in common, right, than not. What I don't think necessarily everybody shares with me is I'm the father of identical twin girls. We should start our own club, fathers of identical twin girls, because there's a special sort of challenges that come with that. You hear that? I'm fine. All right, so backstory behind the title of this song. This song's called Temporary Blue. And these girls, they look like their mama. You know, the whole Southern thing, like, oh, thank God they look like their mama. That's fine. I think I'm a pretty good looking guy, but I'll let it slide. But they had My Blue Eyes, and they look like their mama. All right, cool. I got the blue eyes in there, I'll take it. Unbeknownst to me, because there's no manual, your blue eyes can turn brown around age 2. I was robbed. So I wrote a song about being a daddy. It's called Temporary Blue.
When I first laid eyes on you, that brand new temporary blue had moved just barely out of you, and I knew. So picture this, a new fixture on the screen. In the next scene I meet the best of me. Losing days is the nature of the beast. Honey, don't I know? I know how it all plays out. Whatever plans we made are all thrown now. Whatever part we played is torn apart on the stage. We can't sell out. And I can try to write you lines, my new friends, just to watch you throw the whole thing to the wind. I don't know how you go on in the end, but I know how it all plays out. Whatever plans we made are all thrown out. Whatever part we played is torn apart on the stage. We can't sell out. There'll be times when the story takes a turn, some new line you never thought to learn, but you'll end up with a part you earned. Don't I know? Oh, I know how it all plays out. Whatever plans we made are all thrown down. Whatever part we played is torn apart on the stage. We can't sell out. I know how you go on in the end. Pleasure's mine, introduce my 2 closest friends. So let the close in line find you well till I see you again.
You're listening to a special broadcast on 91.3 WUKY, where NPR rocks, the 3rd annual Public Radio Music Day, an intimate evening with singer-songwriter Justin Wells. Justin, you've been in Kentucky a long time. You were actually born in Louisiana, though.
Yep.
So you spent your first few years there, cut your teeth a little bit, and then you grew up in Cynthiana?
Yeah, Leesburg, if we want to be even more specific.
Be more specific.
But Cynthiana on the address.
What does it mean to you to be a Kentucky singer-songwriter?
Again, I'm the odd man in. I didn't grow up in the holler. I'm a son of a mechanic. I'm a son of a man that spent his life breaking his knees on concrete. But what it means to me is that whatever's happening in Kentucky now, for me, and I'm quite biased because most of these cats are my friends, I don't know, there's a certain honesty and there's a certain darkness that I think comes from being a state that is full of culture and yet often overlooked. And they ain't overlooking us now.
No, they overlooking us now. Yeah. This special event with Justin Wells is brought to you in part with support from Bank of the Bluegrass and Trust, celebrating 50 years of service to Lexington community. Also Kentucky Eagle, and of course, 91.3 WUKY. If you want to see what you're hearing, you can go to live at WUKY on YouTube or visit publicradiomusicday.org, and you can watch and you can see Justin's purple cup. You get a little bit of a taste of our zombie compound here at WUKY.
Even the gremlin that are you seeing the gremlin that was altering my mic stand?
Is that what was happening?
I don't know. You guys said this was haunted, man.
Well, we don't know that it's haunted. What I said was, I'm going to be haunting this place.
Oh, okay.
That's exactly what I said.
You'd be a beautiful ghost.
We'll ask you later in the show, because we are going to go another hour with Justin, but we've got a couple more songs before the end of this hour, a few more songs.
Yeah.
But before we get into it, let me ask you just briefly about your songwriting. Where does it start? Does it start with a melody, or does it start with a lyric?
It's never uniform. It's often ugly, and it's often fragile, and it's often something that I try to not let ears hear, because it's gibberish. I really like the style of writing that is, I guess the short answer is it's often melody, but I then want to have an app full of single lines or a couple of lines that may fit the mood I'm looking for in that. And in my drinking days, often I would look quizzically at these lines and wonder what the impetus for whatever I was trying to say in the jumble of letters that pretended to be a lyric.
Can you describe the perfect space for composing your music, for writing? Do you have things around you that inspire you and help juice the muse?
Not a hotel room. A hotel room is not a good space, because they start knocking on the door. I'm really kind of the worst person sometimes about this kind of thing, because for me, it's always feast or famine with any sort of creativity. And as with most things in life, it's when the clock's ticking, when my producer's like, about time to make a record, isn't it? How many songs you got? I said, I'm not going to answer that question. Call me in a month we'll have a full album. And it's done me well so far. But when I sit down and I try, that will often start with melody. Those are my favorite songs, because I think that, I don't know, melody strikes us all. That's what we have in common. We don't all speak the same language.
We got time for a few more songs before this hour's out, so what are we going to hear?
I'm going to play a new song for you, is what I'm going to do.
A new song?
It's going to be in tune.
Oh, outstanding. Kentucky singer-songwriter Justin Wells on 91.3 WUKY, where NPR rocks.
I figure out sometimes even what a song is about halfway into it, and I've kind of done this with this album that I'm currently working on. I realized at a certain point that I'm just writing this whole love letter to my wife, and it's a reflection of she married a tour musician, you understand, and then for 2 years I wasn't, and so we survived it. Marriage is good. Thanks for asking. But she's certainly got tremendous patience, and I take this whole business, I think, in stride often, but I'm as subject to the emotional ups and downs of being a working musician as any of us, and she bears the brunt of it, unfortunately. So here's a song for my wife, my baby. It's called The Queen of Queens.
She's about as beautiful a bomb as I've ever seen. I've just been staring at the photo there of her next to me. Man, she brought me the feeling that a heart can't stop beating if it wants. And it's a good thing. She's a bright thing born in a lightning storm in a bottle. And I ain't never faked it, able to say what I ought. So let grateful and overwhelmed make the case that I should settle down and accept days of sin. She's crowned the queen of queens. Her days begun with the burning sun in her shadow. And she'll reverse the tide and be first to ride into battle. The woman's as warm as desert trees on the bright side of Mercury. Lord, it's seen. She's dopamine in a coffee bean. My lady's crowned the queen of queens. That's our favorite line too. So let these mountains move if she asks them to without waiting. Let the stars burn cold and dark with no hesitating. Oh, just let this writer's pen confess a final testament without end. She's the final scene. She's the in-between. My lady's crowned the queen of queens. She's a war machine, but her hands are clean. She's crowned the queen of queens. She's crowned the queen of queens. So talking about process, what I set out to do with that song is to write, you know, these old timers phrases that you hear that don't make no sense. And like nobody's gonna call them on it because everybody's been saying it for generations. But like, what is what in the Sam Hill talking about? There ain't no Sam Hill, there wasn't no dude, you know what I mean? So I wanted to write these phrases that sound like the kind of thing that your Pepaw said, but I just made them up. Because I think that they did the same thing. To be honest with you. And anyway, in that line, she's dopamine in a coffee bean, which makes no sense whatsoever. I was on the fence. That was just kind of like a place filler. And I showed her the song, and she's like, I love that line. I ain't showing you no more first drafts. you don't get no more input. But now I love that line. Cool. I thought it did good, but you be the judge. I close that door and bed back the grudge. Like a worn out cold in the pouring rain. I'll tell you what I can to knock back the pain. You can hate me, Lord, for all my sin, and I swear to God I'm going down grinning. I'll pass a payroll wherever it goes. Give me a destination nobody knows. slipped my mind. Like a misspent youth I left it behind. I'm a few years older, the more I've learned. You can wait in line and never get a turn. I won't sit and wait for the ending. I swear to God I'm going down grinning. If a needle in a haystack is the only chance I have, you can burn it to the ground for all I care. Take what's left behind of myself, you can throw it all away. I ain't leaving till I'm done. I ain't leaving till I'm done. Oh, oh. If a needle in a haystack is the only chance I have, you can burn it to the ground for all I care. Take what's left behind of myself, you can throw it all away. I ain't leaving till I'm done. I ain't leaving till I'm done. I ain't leaving till I'm done. I ain't leaving. Going down grinning.
What a great song. The studio versions on Justin's first solo album, Dawn and the Distance. Great song. We've been playing that on WKY from the very beginning. Real quickly, where did that song come from?
That song, and really kind of most of the record, I was speaking to the breakup of my previous band, Fifth on the Floor. You know, the kind of band you wouldn't allow near your homes, you know. There's a reason my voice sounds the way it sounds. We was hollering over loud guitars for a long time, but, you know, it happened kind of suddenly, and I really just started writing divorce songs from three stinky dudes.
You're listening to a special broadcast on 91.3 WUKY celebrating Public Radio Music Day. This is the third annual event. Stations all across the country are celebrating. And we'd like to thank the Bank of the Bluegrass and Trust Company and Kentucky Eagle, who've stepped up to help us bring Justin in for this intimate performance. It's a very special occasion for us here at WUKY. If you'd like to see what you're hearing, you can visit YouTube, look at Live at WUKY. Just Google that for your YouTube, and you'll be able to watch Justin perform. And you can also visit publicradiomusicday.org and find a link there for the performance as well. We're going to take a short intermission, and then we will be back with some more music from Justin. We want to give him an opportunity to make sure his guitar is in tune.
Who texted you? Who put you up to this?
We want to give Justin an opportunity to take a little break because it's different doing this, isn't it, Justin? I mean, this is, you know, normally you'd be on a stage with a band, but this is stripped down. It's so bare. It's so human.
I've done a couple, but yeah, I'm sitting down.
Yes, which is a little different.
Can you tell how uncomfortable I am? There's the gremlin with the mic.
Yeah.
My strings are revolting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hey, look, you wanted it. You wanted warts and all. Here you go.
There it is. Please stay with us. We're going to bring you more from Justin Wells on 91.3 WUKY. We're going to play some rock and roots music for you, but don't go anywhere because there's more from Justin on WUKY. A little different that we haven't really done done anything, although we wanted to do it for a while. Of course, the pandemic made it hard. But now that we're able to do these events, we hope to be doing more of them. This is a different kind of experience than, when you write the song, that's one thing. When you're performing the songs live in front of an audience with a band, that's another experience. This is a very stripped down, a very intimate, there's no net here when you're performing these songs. How different is this experience than some of the other ways, the processes that you've gone through with these songs?
I'm just as office chair that I'm sitting there. I think that, seriously, man, you take even theaters, night after night, and I've not played many, but I've played a couple. They're always different. The mood's always different. You might play a town and whatever football team lost the night before and everybody's in a bad mood, or, you might play a town on St. Patty's Day and it's a very Irish town, and it doesn't matter if Led Zeppelin, if John Bonham was unearthed and brought back from the dead and Led Zeppelin was playing, that doesn't matter. It's green beer, my friend. I think, I don't know. I think that everything's different. This is obviously very unique. This is a really rad experience. I'm glad to be here, and thanks for having me. But anytime you're comfortable, anytime you think, it's going to go, that ain't how it's going to go. At least not for me.
Well, we hope that you'll be comfortable, because we've got you here for the rest of this hour, and we want to hear some music.
They lost the doors. I literally cannot.
You can't get out. So what are we going to hear, Justin?
Well, hey, let's just keep that thing going of It Can Go Wrong. This is called The Highway Less Taken.
Justin Wells on 91.3 WUKY.
Well, I did everything I could, but I guess I'm quit. I got tired of singing the same old song. It's the last damn chord and the last damn line I'm spit. The last damn tune about a woman that done me wrong. I'm sick of spending this money I ain't making on tires without any tread and gasoline. Brought me here on a highway less taken, where the ends don't seem to justify the means. And I guess it never made much sense on paper. Every quarter you make is gone before it sees the dime. If it was God's intention to make me better, I'd have some more to give. Words rhyme. Everybody always talking about how I'm supposed to do it 'cause I love it. Said full well it'll work out in the end. That water's cold and I can't keep my head above it. Don't make much sense to get out and do it again. Oh, but I never spend much time counting money. I've been spending all my time between the lines, where the dues are paid and the bills at night and the tunes I played are all I've got. I've died rich with these penniless words of mine, and I guess it never made much sense on paper. Every quarter you make is gone before it sees it down. If it was God's intention to make me better, I'd have some more to give than words that rhyme. If it was God's intention to make me better, I'd have some more to give than words that rhyme. My old man never farmed, he never worked in the mines, but he's worked his hands down to the bone. The pennies he saved kept the bills halfway paid, but now his body is 3 3/4 gone. My mama's never had a drink in her whole life. She never saw too much in it. It's good. Given half a chance. If you told her you can't, she'd say, honey, if you can't, then you never could. So it's good till it's over. And it's a shame it's over so soon. You pay life the debt that you owe her, till the sun gives way to the moon. Lord, try as I can to make right and understand, I just need more time. My brother's walked the road a little harder than most, but he's turned out pretty damn good. And Jenny never made a grade if it wasn't A. She always tried just as hard as she could. So it's good till it's over, and it's a shame it's over so soon. And you pay life the debt that you owe her, till the sun gives way to the moon. Try as I can to make right and understand, I just need more time. I just need more time. Joe, I'm gonna steal this purple solo cup, brother. This is a big deal to me. Christmas come early. Mariah Carey already singing and everything. Yeah, man. Thank God for radio stations like WUKY. Look, you know, the tides are turning, and certainly if you make music in any way that you make it, you can put it out there for people to hear. You can find listeners. There's also just so much of it. But when you're independent, and when that means when you start off, say it for an older gentleman, maybe in the MySpace days, not me. I'm clearly a TikTok star. When you start out, you got no manager, you got no agent, you got no record deal. You make a record in Otto Helmut's basement. You figure it out, man, and they're not. Maybe this isn't the place to be talking about the way laws have made radio stations do certain things, where there's a reason you hear the same all the way across the country. But the college stations and the WUKYs and the RFLs and all these guys that will take a chance on an unmastered record because the band didn't know what mastering was. It's special, and it means something. I wish I had a good segue. Here's a segue. We're just gonna keep it loose. I was just talking to DeBron before the show about vulnerability. There's a few things I think may be more vulnerable than playing an out-of-tune guitar. But we do got
new songs, and these days I like to just sometimes learn what they are, how they're doing in the studio. That's an expensive way of making a record, but that's also a really cool way. You know what I mean? Like if you've played the song a million times and then you go record it, if you had a hiccup in there or whatever, that hiccup is like it's in the concrete. You know what I mean? It's you and your ex-girlfriend's name in that concrete that you don't see always. Whereas sometimes that spontaneity, I don't know, man. Sometimes keeping it loose is where the good juju comes from. Say all that to say, I feel pretty confident about knowing this third verse, but you know we're gonna find out together. Again, you remember me talking about thematically? I've just accidentally written a record. You know, just this big love letter to my wife. We're gonna speak to her patience in this song. Gotta quit patting myself on the back. Gotta quit coffee in the evenings. Gotta quit long nights and blue light devices and talking without meaning. Gotta quit talking in first person when I sing incriminating song. Gotta quit talking over my sweet love. I should've never put no one above. I should've never had to keep me covered up like this till I discover my voice again, my friends. See, there's been walls and these walls are coming down. I've been building little buildings in my mind, and I'm the talk of that whole town. Quit sleeping through the morning. Gotta quit tempers without warning. Gotta quit building up and burning down my courage before I turn around and all my dreams are gone. And I sing a final song and take a bow. I've been building little buildings in my mind, and I'm the talk of that whole town. Hoping that there's time to get in line for one more cup of what should be. There's a ticket for the train. There's a shelter from the rain of what's in me. I gotta quit giving up on better times and settling down with terrible lines that shouldn't pass for the worst of mine. And once again, I'm first in line to criticize myself. Mama, there's been walls, but these walls are coming down. I've been building little buildings in my mind, and I'm the talk of that whole town. I've been building little buildings in my mind, and I'm the talk of that whole town. I've been building little buildings in my mind. Now, to you folks that miss this performance or don't clock in, tune in, whatever, or live in the present and are not from the future after the song is released, you missed where I switched the fourth and third verses. That's what happens with live music. Sometimes unintentionally, you sing the fourth, and right there in the bridge, you got two lines to remember the third verse that you skipped. If you don't remember it, you can either sing the fourth verse that you already sang again. This is intimate. People listen, they're going to catch that. Or you can make something up. That's a pretty verbose song. I wouldn't recommend trying to make something up in there. Or it'll come to you, and it came right in time. There used to be a guy around town called Ron Harris. This guy's name's passed away, a blues guy. And he invited me up to do a song. I was 21 years old. The place was called the Triple Crown Lounge. They sold booze, but it seemed like other things were going in and out of there. And it was a Monday night, and I had this gal with me. I wanted to impress her, take her to see this blues band, and the drummer's an old friend of mine, and he hears I'm a singer, 21 years old. I ain't no singer. He invites me up, and this guy put on a show, man, for 10 people. It was a Monday night in Lexington. But he invites me up to do Roadhouse Blues. The Doors, we're gonna do Roadhouse Blues. I know the chorus, everybody knows the chorus. I don't know the verses. I don't know, I've never known them, and certainly, 20, Jim B. Make Start Shots in, I certainly would have known it. And I get up and he says, you gonna do Roadhouse Blues? I was like, I guess. You're already playing it, Ron. And he says, you know it? I said, no. I know the choruses. Can you do the verses? He said, it's the blues, man. Make them up. I don't think he's wrong. I think that day he overestimated my ability.
Did you impress the girl?
Didn't work out. You're better off for it. She was a U of L cheerleader, I believe. Or no, that's not correct. She was a cheerleader before college, because I met her at college, but I don't remember her name, so I think it worked out. If my wife's listening, I'm gonna have something cold to eat when I get home. Lord. Hey Joe, I don't know. I think we can do this on there, right? I can do a song I didn't write, right?
I hope you will.
Okay, yeah. I just want to make sure, sometimes.
No, do it.
Listen, if BMI starts calling you.
Are you going to do Roadhouse Blues?
Yeah, hey guys, it's called Roadhouse Blues. What I'd like to do is, about a year ago when the tornadoes hit the western part of the state, look, man, I don't know what to do. I know how to do this, and I barely know how to do that. And but I wanted to help, and so we thought about an appropriate song to go record, and I decided what that song would be, and went down to Nashville and recorded, and we had that thing mixed and mastered inside of 24 hours, which is a testament to the talented people I surround myself with. And we put it up, where you listen to music if you're not smart enough to be listening to WUKY. And all the money that barely generates goes to helping those families always, forever, because, it gets out of the headlines about a month into any sort of devastating thing, especially in our state. But that'll, you don't get your life back immediately. Anyway, it's my little trying to help. And this is an old Bill Monroe song that was released before my parents were born, called Blue Moon in Kentucky.
I love the song. Mm-hmm.
Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gonna prove darn true. Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and proved untrue. It was on a moonlit night, stars shining bright. They whispered on high, love said goodbye. Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and left me blue.
an intimate performance from Justin Wells on Public Radio Music Day here on 91.3 WUKY. Justin, you did that song as a fundraiser for the tornado victims in Western Kentucky. Is that song still available for download?
Yeah,
for
always, absolutely, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, yes, sir. And it's always going to go to the United Way Tornado Relief for Kentucky.
The recorded version is as intimate as you performed it there, but you used piano as your primary instrument in that. Were you playing the piano in that song?
I've broken the. No. This guy named Stu Stapleton down there in Nashville. No relation to the Stapletons up here in this state, but a fantastic piano player nonetheless.
Yeah, it's a beautiful recording. And where can people find it?
All the places wherever you listen to music, YouTube, any of that mess, Spotify, but then promptly get right back to WKY.
That's right. It's the third annual Public Radio Music Day here on 91.3 WKY. If you'd like to see what you're hearing, if you want to see Justin and find out exactly what he broke, or see his songs, you can visit YouTube and look at the live at WUKY, or you can go to publicradiomusicday.org. And courtesy of the folks at Bank of the Bluegrass and Trust Company and Kentucky Eagle, they're helping make it possible for us to bring you this great music. And we are going to continue all the way up till the end of the hour, and we'll join the World Cafe, and they're also doing a special occasion recordings and different things for Public Radio Music Day as well. So hope you'll stay tuned for that. Justin's got his guitar and is going to play some more music for us. And what are we going to hear?
I think we're going to do a song called Can't Break My Heart, and we're just going to do it without the guitar, I think. But happy National Public Radio.
Public Radio Music Day.
Yeah, Public Radio Music Day.
Yeah.
I got it the second time.
You did it good.
Yeah, but seriously, man, big love to WUKY and you and Joe and
Yeah.
all y'all, man.
Good.
Y'all all right, folks. Let's do this. I have never performed this sitting down in this way. I think it's going to be cool. You ready? Let's see.
I got a heart you cannot break. I ain't moving. I ain't even slowing down. You can try to take my breath. Leave my name on the lips of this town, but if I'm not a man, sir, if I'm not a memory, good luck finding answers. 'Cause Lord, it makes no sense to me. I'm not an island. See, I'm a soul just like the rest, and you're not any different. How do we bring ourselves to this? Tear down your fences and go and celebrate your falls and kill pride before it wells up and makes a widow of us all. If today is my last day beneath blue skies, I'll make damn sure you can see it in my eyes. You can take my gun, take my pen away, but I've got a heart a little stronger than it was yesterday. You can tie my hands, I swear it wouldn't change a thing. You can't make amends for whatever wrong is done today, and you can't break my heart. So I ain't moving, I ain't even slowing down. You can try to take my breath and leave my name on the lips of this town. You can take my gun, take my pen away. got a heart a little stronger than it was yesterday. You can tie my hands, I swear it wouldn't change a thing. You can't make amends for whatever wrong is done today. 'Cause I got a heart you cannot break. 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 There's intimate. Somebody tuning in right in the middle of that is like, what is going on? What's this man yelling about? This man's yelling about this gremlin that keeps attacking this mic stand. Look, I'm not into ghosts and all that mess, but I subscribe to the belief that there might be a haunting at the WUKY Studios. One day y'all gonna be listening at home and it's just gonna be like all of a sudden some sort of backwards messaging. I'd like to dedicate this next song to myself. I went and quit the man without a backup plan. I've been across the land without a dime in my hand or a dream in my head. Better not change things now. But keep trying, they said, and soon it'll all work out. If penny less was satisfied, if penny paper kept bills on time, if hungry mouths do just as well without. But keep trying, they said, and soon it'll all work out. It'll all work out. The sun is shining, it'll all work out. The dream ain't dying, it'll all work out. Ain't it better than it was before? It'll all work out. If poverty could just pop the pill, I wouldn't have to work, I wouldn't have to steal, and I wouldn't have to have a stranger help me out with this ghost. But keep trying, they said, soon it'll all work out. It'll all work out. The sun is shining, it'll all work out. The dream ain't dying, it'll all work out. Ain't it better than it was before? It'll all work out. It'll all work out. It'll all work out.
I've written this kind of story that takes place on a single song on every album I've ever been a part of. 3 and the 5th on the Floor days, and a handful on these solo records. I accidentally just wrote another one, but it's the same. It's linear. It's the same story, and it starts with this fella that's running from something. We're not really sure what, and whatever it is, it catches up to him, and the town handles the justice part. And I kind of figured that was the end of the whole sequence. And then I just started writing a song about what happened to the town after he was gone. Turned out they got the right guy, but they got the story wrong. And so there's this curse over the town. There's clouds hanging over it, but there's no rain. There is a small town in a southern state where folks go when they're trying to get away with their ends. No one around you to hear your heart break when you're lonely. Years ago, you know, a man came here. He was running from a memory, held dear from a time and home. Seemed almost near and things are better. It's been so long now since we've seen a drop of rain. Our heads hang low, we're just looking for someone to blame. You can rob a man of his silver and his gold, and his body and mind and his will to grow old, but she robbed him of his heart, left him in the cold in the winter. He was clean himself. She took her lover's life after the other man had gone, taking his wife, and it's a damn shame. But the stranger had to die, and he did. It's been so long now since we've seen a drop of rain. Our heads hang low, we're just looking for someone to blame. People came and they hanged him long ago, and he is buried in a place where everybody knows, and the clouds are still, even when the wind blows, but still no rain. It's been so long now since we've seen a drop of rain. Our heads hang low, we're just looking for someone to blame. It's been so long now since we've seen a drop of rain. So I owe you guys a mic stand, a pure, water pitcher. Still in the cup. I wrote this, you know, a pet peeve I have when you go see artists and they say this next song. Anytime it starts with this next song, that's a personal pet peeve. I almost did it just then. I wrote this on the road, on tour, and my wife was pregnant with my babies, and it's gonna be like a little, just like for us, a little phone demo. You know what I mean? I did it. I'm sure hungover and feeling miserable and missing home and not even probably have enough money in my pocket to get there anyway. Good friend of mine, Tom Nato, talked me into recording it. I'm glad he did. It's called Little Darlings. Little ones, shining like a diamond on a mountain in October. Little ones, knowing I am gone, you're the ones that get me over. Every day I'll be calling little angels, little darlings, little ones. Little ones, little ones. I'd walk 1,000 miles just to be right there beside you. Little ones, little ones. Ain't a minute don't go by, you don't dance across my mind. So I'm just trying to tell you, you're my sunshine. Little darlings, little ones. Like a song that always needs one more line. I will always need a little more time. And I will quickly go like a Carolina snow. Just to be there, just to know you are mine. So this song is older than they are. I hadn't met them yet. Little ones, little ones. The sun won't go down long as I got you around. Little ones, little ones. Lord knows I am bound to be as lost as I am found. Ain't never been a man that's as lucky as I am. Little darlings, little ones. Like a song that always needs one more line. I will always need a little more time. And I will quickly go like a Carolina snow. Just to be there, just to know you are mine. I hope you always know there's no place your daddy won't go. If you need me, you just call me. Little one.
WUKY NPR Rocks 91.3. The voice of Justin Wells, the guitar, and songs of Justin Wells. We're celebrating Public Radio Music Day with this special presentation and intimate performance by Justin Wells. And I'm Joe Conkright from Rockin' Roots, the afternoon host. Very happy to be here. If you're just tuning in right now, if you would like to go and visit the YouTube channel live at WUKY, you can watch what's happening, or you can visit publicradiomusicday.org and watch it there as well. Justin, you were talking earlier about recording in the studio and those happy accidents that sort of make songs unique and flavorful. Once you record a song, though, it's something else. It's another art form. Songs, when you're performing them, are alive. And sometimes they evolve, but once you record it, it's its own thing. It goes on and lives its life on the radio or wherever people hear it.
Yeah.
When you're performing it live, it's going to sound different a lot of times. Do you ever feel like sometimes when you're performing an old song that maybe it sounds better now than it did when you first
It always
recorded?
does, and it takes a certain amount of just kind of giving up that insane control that a lot of us have. I think people that listen to their own records after they're done are madmen and women. I can't imagine. Not that it's necessarily. It's just. It's not. I'm not saying anything about the art. I'm proud of what I do and what I put out there. There's certainly warts and all, but that's just a picture, and you look at a picture here and there. But what's interesting is the relationship that you have with it, or maybe somebody in the middle of Iowa has with it, and it could be an interesting little bit of friction when they come and see you for the first time, and maybe you want to do something different with that song if you want to play it at all. And they've got this relationship with that song that who knows how many times they've listened to it, but it's near and dear to them, and their relationship with it is no more diminished than my relationship with it or anything of the sort. But it does evolve, and I just see them as two separate things. That album is one thing, and I looked a certain way when I was 16 in high school, and the FM rock station played new metal, and that's what got to me. And I was wearing my necklace from Spencer's or whatever store in the mall. I'm not ashamed of that necklace, but I'm not wearing it anymore.
Sure. On that note, when you're talking about songs that you've written in the past, and maybe even stuff that you did with Fifth on the Floor, have you thought about revisiting any of those songs that are personal to you, that mean something to you, and maybe doing them in your style that you're doing now?
Yeah, kind of. And I hope I don't come off as if diminishing any of those songs. Some of them have a place in time. Fifth on the Floor is kind of a great example of like, hey y'all, that's definitely what I sounded like in my 20s, and we was wild. And I don't know if you know this or if I've even talked about it publicly, but on the United States, on my last record, let me back up. I'm sorry. When I started this, which is on paper a solo project, but there's so many other talented people that are a part of it, my band at the height of it. I wanted these songs to have the same attention as the Fifth on the Floor stuff got. So in my arrogance and ego, I just refused to play Fifth on the Floor for a long time. I wrote those songs too, and I love those songs too. But there was one song that made it, but we turned it into this kind of soul song. And it had been this kind of like, I don't know, like drunken Southern thing, right? People liked it. And I was encouraged to record that version of the song, and I was like, well, I need to write the lyrics again. I'm not feeling these lyrics anymore. It doesn't really make sense, especially in the style of the song we're playing. And I certainly wouldn't want to hurt any Fifth on the Floor fans' feelings. And my buddy's like, all those fans that, all those millions of albums.
Yeah.
I say all that to say, I don't know if you know this, but I did record that song. I did rewrite it. It was on the United States.
Well, would you like to play that song? Or is that
Yeah, I'll tell you what I'll do, and there's no way this will be executed well. I'll show you. I will show you how the song used to sound.
Okay.
Just imagine a big electric band,
Okay.
and I'll show you what we did with it.
Good. And,
Does that work?
we got room for maybe a couple more songs.
I think that'll
do
work.
do the two back to back, and if you have one more
Okay.
at the end.
I'm not gonna do it back to back. I'll give you a little. We'll give a little bit of one.
A little taste.
Yeah, I don't even know if I could pull it off.
What's the name of the song?
So the song originally was called "The Fall,"
Uh-huh.
and in my just infinite clever mentality. The sequel, as it were, is called After the Fall.
After the fall, okay. Justin Wells on WUKY, where NPR rocks at 91.3.
What I'm about to sound like is a 40-year-old man trying to sound like a 28-year-old man. Right? Let's see. So the song was like, my Lord, what'd you do this to me for? I can't find my whiskey. You gotta mention whiskey. And I can't find the floor. So at least self-aware enough to know that the whiskey was not doing anything good for you. My Lord, what'd you do this to me for? I can't find no good times. I can't find no more. So throw me on down. Oh, and just walk away. My honky tonk ain't there. There's the honky tonk. Put the honky tonk away. Also, if you're keeping notes at home, I just rhymed away with away. So bring on the heartache. And bring on the fall. Lord, my honky tonk angel ain't no angel at all. So that was called The Fall, and I sound like I'm picking on it. Of course I sound like I'm picking on it. I'm not proud of that song. I'm very proud of that song. That was a fun song, and man, I promise you should have been at the original Cosmic Charlie's when we had more shots in us than we had songs played. It was a sweaty rock and roll band playing sweaty rock and roll music. Now, on the subject that Joe's put us on, songs can have another life. And they don't even need to be compared. They can just be, what would it be, like Irish twins? Would that be the metaphor that we're going for? So, now, a fourth wall breaking wink at the audience would be if you started the rewrite of the song with the line, I know, you've heard this before. I know, you've heard this before, but I found myself saying the same lies anymore. And woman, I tell you, the same old lie for a hint of a smile. I stand here with my heart in my hands while you dance all the while. So bring on the heartache. You can bring on the fall. Turns out my honky tonk angel ain't no angel at all. See what you done to me, Joe. So now I put the first one and the second one. This is what we talk about when we talk about live music. This is what can happen. So now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna play that second verse, and when the chorus comes again, we're gonna get it right. My woman, my girl, what'd you do this to me for? I ain't seen my poor soul in years since you walked through the door.
the leaves are all changing, and this house is a home, and the fire will always be burning till the last flower's gone. So you can bring the sky down, and I'll wait in the rain. Won't find no sunshine, knock away the pain. You got a little bit of the right one. You got a little bit of the lines on the fly. Ain't no fool song at all.
Oh my goodness.
It's the blues, Justin, make it up.
It is. No, it's always the blues. It always comes back to that. And in songwriting, sometimes you have to improvise. You forget things, but in the long run, especially if you're playing it from somebody that maybe is not familiar with it, it won't matter.
Hey man, that's the third version. Right?
It's the third version of it. Celebrating with Justin Wells, singer-songwriter. I can't believe we come to the end of this hour. I do want to thank Bank of the Bluegrass and Trust Company, Kentucky Eagle, who helped make this possible. Of course, the good folks here at WKY, our whole staff, our producer, John Lead, DeBron Thomas is engineering in there, our general manager, Tom Godell, and all of the people who've come together to make this possible for us tonight. And we are glad that you've joined us. The YouTube channel, our YouTube channel live at WKY, will have this performance up for a long time, and you'll be able to see Justin. I do have one more question for you, Justin. Since we are coming into the holiday season, we were talking about how haunted this place is, and how many gremlins there are, and how it's a zombie compound. But hypothetical question: if somebody invites you to their Halloween party, and you can come dressed as your favorite artist or a rock and roll star, who are you going as?
What is this?
And they could be a zombie version of that artist. If
You know what I think would make a good costume, and I'm about the right size. I would like to come dressed as the 1990s R&B act, Boys to Men. I think I'm about the same size as that whole group.
Yeah, the whole yeah. I'm picturing it in my mind. I'm not sure how you pull it off, but
I'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out. Do you have a short song, like a little short song? You can do something.
Yeah, what we
2
got?
minutes
We got
long?
what's on the thing right there?
Yeah, maybe a minute and a half or something real quick. You know, if you can think of
Don't
something.
play the 6.5 minutes.
Don't play a 6-minute song. No. Something quick, if you got something.
Yeah.
Something to finish out the evening. You know, a little farewell tune. Happy trails.
Hey man, thanks for having me.
Thank you,
and
Justin.
thank you folks for coming out on Wednesday.
Justin Wells on WUKY, where NPR rocks at 91.3.
If this song gets edited for time, I want you to picture that big hook that used to be in the Looney Tunes.
Friends, it's a nasty way of living sometimes. But my jar ain't holding a single dime. My glass is holding the last thing I ever want to do. I'm gonna drink every dime I make tonight, and I'll die just to get a room. It's a bad, bad business, always trying to forget you. Well, our souls are a little older, but you can't tell we've learned a thing. There's 12 that got invited, and we're 13. We're the last ones to know it's over. We're the first ones to have to be. We're the dogs that crawl for miles on broken legs. We're the dread
love you, second verse. We love you, third verse. We'll see you next time.
Thank you so much for listening to our special edition of Justin Wells on 91.3 WUKY. Our celebration of Public Radio Music Day continues with the World Cafe in just a few moments on University of Kentucky Public Radio 91.3 WUKY Lexington, WUKY HD1, and streaming at WUKY.org. I'm Joe Conkright. Justin Wells, thank you again.
Thank you. Is that it? We did it.